Hi, I'm Marin Fethian, founder of Matatika. Our goal is to deliver instant insights to customers and teams just like yours. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to add a custom data source to your workspace. Once the data source is created, it can be instantly added to any workspace with no developers, no IT, just supply the file and add it to your workspace. So let's get started. I'll put some links into the video, but essentially we'll be following this guide to adding a custom data source. It'll probably take you 15 minutes to create the custom data source, but only a few minutes to add it to the workspace. What we do is we define a discovery YAML, which is a format that includes both the place where the data comes from and the insights. So let's copy this example here, which we'll use in our workspace. This is my workspace. It's empty right now. So I'm going to data imports and I'm going to add a custom data source. I click next and I use the file here. What it will do is it will create the extractor and the analyze bundle, which includes all of the charts once the data has been synced, will be filled and populated in the workspace. So I click next. It's in my workspace now, but I need to configure it. So I need to supply the file where the data is going to come from. So what I'll do is I'll copy that configuration from the same docs, paste it into this table setting. These settings actually adapt to your custom data source. So if your data source has more settings, it will add more settings here. Click save. And you're done. That has added a new import and is busily configuring your workspace ready to receive the data and publish those data sets. This will take about a minute. So in the meantime, why don't we have a look at what it's doing? If I go to my workspace settings and I copy this configuration repository URL, which is a GitHub repository, it's being created for us as we speak. So you can see 4 minutes ago I created it when I created the workspace. But what it's doing now is it's busily creating those data sets and configuring the Meltano project ready to receive the data. So if I have a look at the logs, you can see here it's cloned the repository. It's currently installing the custom tab here. It's created the various analyze bundles, and the final thing it will do is it will commit and then push back to the repository. So the GitHub repository will be fully updated with this custom data source that I've just put into my workspace. Not long now. In fact, it's finished. It's published those data sets. If I refresh my Git repository, that's it. You can see it's just a few seconds ago. It's added those transforms. It has, in the analyze section, has a few data sets here. And if I go back to my workspace, you can see here are those charts. But of course, they're empty because I haven't synced the data yet. So what I do is I go to my data imports, I can run the data import, and it will now import the data and obviously populate the data store and therefore those charts. This can be scheduled, of course. Give you a quick peek at that. So you can automate it. You can run it every hour or daily. Save it. And now anytime that file changes, the data changes, your workspace will be updated. That shouldn't take too much longer. We can watch that as well. It's installing those plugins again, and we'll run the extract, and before you know it, the data will be synced to the workspace. Okay, so that's it. The data has synced. It only took a few seconds. Go back to the workspace. And there we have it. The charts are populated with the latest data from that data source. Thanks for watching. feel free to drop us any questions, and I'd be happy to help you if you bump into any problems. Speak to you soon. Thank you.